time. When I was a student, when I went to industry as a R&D manager, then I went to Anna University as a associate professor, director, dean, then vice chancellor. Even now, I am having the translational research. So when you come to the validation and market acceptance, no grant will be available. And if you are having about 3-4 projects, I was having about 15 students at one point of time. Dr. Anand is from my group. At any point of time, at least 1 or 2 students will be there. He will be able to do that. But the youngster, assistant professor or associate professor, who is finding difficult to get a massive grant, it is very difficult for them to enter into the translational research. Another thing, the industry has to accept your knowledge. Today, the industry is not confident about the academician. You have to explain, and your technology should be competitive at any point of time. Whatever the technology you develop, it has to be used by the common man. That you have to remember. So the product I developed is an antibody detection kit. I started with the antigen detection kit. The monoclonal antibody was not sensitive. So I had to go for antigen detection kit. So we have to go for pilot scale and protocol type that has to be done with one industry, span diagnostics. Then I was invited by ICMR for Indian evaluation, then WHO by the global evaluation, and ultimately it has come to the marketing. So we introduced this particular product in 2007, and even now it is in the market. I get very good, royalty. Now very recently, about 2 months back, I am 69 years, I am not eligible for any grant, but my students are there. Dr. Anand is my student, and my students in Anna University, he is a dean now, Dr. Meenakshi Sundaram. We applied on his name. He is also a good scientist. He is also responsible for that. He can use the 300-liter fermenter to produce the large-scale production of the recombinant protein. We got a grant of 2 crores, and the first year they allocated 1 crore for preparing the proof of concept for antigen detection kit, which is superior than what is available in the market. So in 1 year time, we will be able to prove, because already 2-3 students have completed their PhD, and we have got the system and also the SCFE fragments of monoclonal antibody, which is able to identify up to the level of 10 to 15 picogram. You will be successful. You will be getting more amount also. So age is not the one. It is not necessarily the grant has to come on my name. It can come by anyone, and you should be able, and you should be having the ethics of collaborative one. And now, this is an important aspect. Today, the promotion, career advancement, this is for the teachers. It is based on API score, and API score some criteria, this number of papers, and it should be an approved journal, this and that. And anybody who is doing a nominal work, they will be getting the API score of University Grants Commission recommendation. But if you are doing the applied research, developing the product, number one, you will not be able to publish the paper up till the product is coming out. And you will not be able to tell it to anyone if you want to make it like a product. What about your API score? It will be very, very less. Just like your academic performance index, there is a need for product development index. If you are able to produce one product, it might be a very simple product that should be equivalent to at least 2 or 3, or at least 10 papers which has been published in a highly rated journals. And it has been emphasized by many people, and it is very difficult to implement because there are so many people, they are applying the brake on that. Unless you do like that, the people will not be interested to go for translational research, which is a difficult one. This is my work. See, we started our work when the technology, I think it was in 2000. Kuntala Jayaraman was my, she was my boss. Then, She was completing one PL480 project. Then I took the project. So at that particular time, we were not having the technology like what we are having it now. We had to play with available technology. Madurai Kamaraj University is famous for molecular biology. They will use all kinds of languages. They will say so many languages, shotgun method. We used to think that there must be a special gun to shoot the dean. We used to be afraid of that. Then how to enter into that? Find out your collaborators. Take a best student who will be able to understand molecular biology. I published so many papers in best journals, got a lot of grant. I don't know the intricacies and the technical of the molecular biology. I have my students, I produce 42 PhDs. Out of that, 25 are immunologists. Whenever I have the doubt, I ask my students. They tell. You have to accept, you have to behave like a student to your student. Otherwise, it is not possible. If you see any person who is good in their studies, there are some outstanding people, they do everything by themselves, like Dr. Madhavan. There might be many other people also. I am telling as a Madhavan, he does the things by himself. Like that, many people are there. But when you get into the new technologies, if you are having your students educated, it will be very easy for you. We started with a simple molecular biology technique, ESTs, express sequence tag. You just cut the genomic DNA, you take some random fragment, ESTs, and we were able to find out the sequence of about 26,364 sequences in 5 years' time. 1 month, one sequence. Now you just give a morning and evening, the whole genome can be, synthesized. That time, we developed a diagnostic method. I developed the diagnostic method. The clone was not stable from the ESTs. Then the cDNA technology has been popularized. So we use cDNA clones. The clone is stable. The one which I have given to the industry in 2007, you know it is working well without any problem. I don't have the clone. If I want something, I have to go to that industry only. This one spot is a negative spot, 2 spot is positive. It is immunoaffinity, some chromatographic techniques, flow-through assay. There are some lateral entry assay also. 2007 we introduced when Kapil Sibal was Minister of Science and Technology. And the vaccine, we developed this work of Dr. Anand and many other people. We were able to go for the combined vaccines and having much better than that. And you also gone for the peptide vaccine. You select the best part where we are having the T and B cell, which will be able to stimulate the T cell epitope and B cell epitope simultaneously. You have the technology available and the language is available and also the technology, bioinformatics technology is available. You can go for the well-defined region. Then you just go for tailoring it by recombinant DNA technology by using suitable primers. And you will be able to prepare the mixture of the PC, that is a fragment of your peptides. And you can prepare the peptide conjugate, and that was working better than the recombinant protein. And this is a last work. See, I started my career for diagnostics, vaccine. I was able to get about 15 vaccines, out of that 3 patents are there. But vaccine is a government policy. Unless the government is tell you can't sell your vaccine or you can't prepare the vaccine. But the vaccine is there in the self. The last one is drug targeting. The drug which is available for my parasite, filarial parasite, that kills only the larvae, not the adult worm. You keep on treat the patient, the larva will be clear, the adult worm will be keep on producing the parasite. So I identified an enzyme which is present in all the stages of the parasite. One such enzyme is a GST, glutathione S transferase, which is needed for the detoxification of the parasite. Unfortunately, we also, it has about 60% homology with the human enzyme. And if I target that, there will be side effect because it will be hitting the human also. So you have to find out the parasite specific region. So we crystallized. My collaborators from Hamburg, I sent one of my students and Hamburg, and he was able to prepare the crystal structure in 6 months, and the remaining 6 months he has come out with the bioinformatics analysis. And we superimposed with the human GST, then we were able to get the parasite specific region. If I am able to prepare an analog or inhibitor for that particular region, it will be possible for killing the parasite without any side effect. That was my last work. Unfortunately, my student, he has become a philosopher, philanthropist and all those things. And he started doing multiple research. Morning he will be doing one research, and he will go to, if somebody is working, he will go there, what is the work you are doing? And he will allow him to keep quiet, and he will start the work. I could not take it to the next level. I don't want to tell the name, but the person is not Dr. Anand, somebody else. So, I am looking for somebody who will be looking for that. The problem here in funding, you are a biochemist. How you can do the crystallographic work? Then I tell a good collaborator from some place, no, across your road you are having half a dozen crystallographer. Like Kumar is also from crystallography. I am not talking about that. There is a department called biophysics. Why don't you collaborate with them? And none of them are working with that. So I had to take my collaborator there. Now I need somebody, it might be Dr. Anand also or someone else, to identify everything is available. Now you have so many technologies available to find out the inhibitor, which will be the solution for eliminating human lymphatic filariasis. I'll not be able to do because, I need a team. There was a time I had the team of about 15 to 20 people. Many times we register our students with someone else. Recommendation and all I already told. That's all. Thank you very much. I took only half an hour.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your enlightening presentation. Actually, to be very frank, I am a person from social sciences, and I was able to follow you because it was that much lucid and easy to follow. Thank you, sir. Now the floor is open for discussion.
See, without sociology, no subject can be taken to the society. We have strengthened our sociology department and economics department in such a way, they play a considerable role.
Yes, sir. I know Bharatiyar University is right now coming up like anything in sociology and population studies together.
Yes, yes. Last talk question. I think it's okay. Thank you very much.
So thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Geeta to deliver momentum to honor our speaker.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of our organizing committee, thank you, madam, for our nice sharing.
Of today are over. I request the participants to be in this auditorium on tomorrow at 9:15 so that we can be on time related with all lectures. And on tomorrow, after the technical sessions are over at 5 o'clock, so we will have a cultural function for 1 hour.